In the spirit land, a bolt of fire struck toward Abobaku. He tried to jump away but found himself hanging in the air, shocked and confused. A spirit looked at him and smiled, explaining, "Look, man, this is not you. You are now a spirit. You have left your body. Welcome to our world." Abobaku was shocked. "How?" he asked. "But I didn't die." The spirit replied, "Yes, you didn't die, but you ate our food, so we decided to take your soul out of your body. As we speak, the people of Itan are preparing to burn your body. That is how they bury anyone who goes against their gods. In a few minutes, you will be burnt alive. By then, we wouldn't even have the right to take you back if we eventually forgive you. Please forgive me before they burn me alive," Abobaku pleaded. The spirit refused. "No, we can't forgive you. We could have forgiven you if you hadn't eaten the food of our number one god, the offered rice and peppered snail. That was the food meant for our Ogre Potopota, our ultimate boss. He could have let you go, but you crossed the boundary, so we won't let you go. And we will punish you for eternity. Take this spoon and dig a swimming pool. We want to enjoy as humans enjoy. We want to know how a swimming pool feels. Dig a swimming pool 1,000 feet deep with this spoon." Abobaku started digging and crying. He dug and dug and dug. Meanwhile, in Itan, the people were preparing his burial. They had brought tires and fuel and were performing the necessary incantations before burning him. While Abobaku was digging and crying, the spirit of the king, who Abobaku was supposed to die with, suddenly appeared. Abobaku immediately recognized him and vented his anger. "Why would you die? Why? Because of you, I have been restless. I run from village to village. Why would you be king for one day? Other kings spend decades, and the Abobaku enjoys with them. But in your case, you spent one day and died. Are you cursed? Have you been forbidden to enjoy? Why didn't you tell me you would die the next day so I could withdraw from being your Abobaku? Now see where you have landed me." The king got angry and shouted at him, "Shut up, you ingrate and useless betrayer. You swore that day that you would enjoy with me and die with me. Even if I spent just one day, at least you enjoyed that day. You ate everything in one day and slept with 5 women that night. What else do you wish for? Isn't that enough for you to fulfill your oath? Because of you, I have not been buried. I have been wandering all my life. I've been restless. I have no peace. I made sure you also have no rest. That's why you keep finding yourself in one trouble or another, and you keep running from village to village." He turned to the spirits and begged, "Please release him. He needs to be buried with my body so I can be free and rest in peace." "No," the spirit said. "How can we release him? He ate the offered rice and peppered snail made for our ogre at the top. Besides, who would dig the swimming pool for us if we release him?" The king said, "That's not a problem. I will dig it while he goes and is buried, please." They agreed. Abobaku handed the spoon to the king. The king said to him, "The reason I beg that they release you is for you to go back to Akori, submit yourself to be buried alive with me so I can rest in peace and stop wandering about. If you don't, you will keep getting into trouble and running from one place to another, I assure you of that. If I have no rest here, you will not have rest too until you do your part and we can both rest in peace." Abobaku promised, "Once I'm out of here, I will go straight to Akori and submit myself." It's a promise. The people of Itan had already poured fuel on him. As they were about to light him up, Abobaku sneezed and opened his eyes. The people of Itan were shocked. They ran backward and watched him from afar. How did he wake up? He had died for 2 days, he wasn't even breathing. How come? He looked at them and said, "Why do you want to burn me?" "Why? I purposely ate this food so that I could see the gods one-on-one and discuss things out directly with them." They asked, "But you are not from our land." He smiled and said, "I am a seer. I came from afar. I had seen that calamity would befall your land in weeks to come, so I came to rescue you. I met with your gods, we had a long discussion. They were so happy to see me. We made merry, we danced, ate, and had fun. We talked at length. They said they don't like many things about your land, your choice of king. He doesn't know how to treat your gods. They said I should become king. See, I have a big heart. I risked my life to come visit them. They said I am the chosen one. Your gods are angry at you, very angry. I will rule your land and make sure I put you at peace with your gods. The people were happy. They danced and celebrated. They crowned him king. He married 10 of their women. He enjoyed as he liked. He ate and ate. When it was time to give the gods food, he said no, that the gods say they don't need their food, and that whatever food they want to give them, it has to pass through Abobaku. Only him would the gods accept food from. He denied them food because he was angry. He remembered they gave him just a small spoon to dig a swimming pool 1,000 feet deep. He warned them never to give the gods food again, that the gods are angry and they don't need their food, that all they need is an intermediary and a man with a good heart and brave heart. Someone like him who gave his life to another village just to save them. That he is enough for the gods. Instead, they should give him the sacrifice. So each time it was time for sacrifice for the gods, the people would bring it to Abobaku. Abobaku enjoyed himself and felt relieved and happy, but deep down, he knew he would not last. The dead king had already revealed to him that he would keep running from place to place if he didn't submit himself to Akori so that he could be buried alive with his body. So he decided to have the best fun he could while being alert of whatever it was that would warrant him to run to the next village. He restructured the village activities. He celebrated every day. On Mondays, he would play with the children of the land. On Tuesdays, all the beautiful women in the land would dance with him. On Wednesdays, the best storytellers of the village would be in his palace telling him stories all day. On Thursdays, the warriors of the land would display for him. On Fridays, the drummers would drum for him. On Saturdays, the singers would sing all day for him. And on Sundays, they would praise and bow to him all day. During all these activities, the palm wine tappers always supplied early morning fresh palm wine, the hunters supplied meat in surplus, the women cooked. Every day was a celebration. The people loved him. What a happy, jolly fellow king he was. Little did they know that he was trying to enjoy the best of the moment before running again, because he knew definitely something must happen, and he would run again. As all this was happening, the priest of the land knew Abobaku wasn't being truthful. How would the gods abandon him and make Abobaku the mouthpiece of the gods all of a sudden, and also displace the king, the one the gods themselves chose to rule the land? He knew something wasn't right. He didn't know how, but at least he was sure something wasn't right. He told the people of the land that Abobaku was not telling the truth, but no one believed him. Even the elders said he was jealous. They argued, how can he say a man who died for days and came back to life is lying? It's not possible. Someone who ate the food of the gods, went to meet the gods, and then came back to life, indeed he is saying the truth. They bashed him, saying that he, the priest, couldn't risk his life for them, but a mere stranger did. The king, on the other hand, wasn't happy. Abobaku had married his wife, besides 9 others, which made it a total of 10. He wasn't sure if Abobaku was true, but he swore to be his downfall no matter what, even if it would require his last drop of blood. No one respected the king anymore. If the gods said they didn't like him, then the people didn't like him either. So the king and the priest formed an alliance. They left the village and went from village to village, trying to find out about Abobaku. They needed to know if he was really helpful, if he was a man of good heart. Why would he abandon his village to help another? They went to many villages, but all to no avail, until they got to Akori. They described Abobaku. Immediately they confirmed it was him. The people of Akori were so happy. They thanked them and left with them to Itan to take Abobaku. When they got to Itan, Abobaku saw them and didn't flinch a bit because he knew the people of Itan wouldn't believe them. They claimed Abobaku, and Abobaku denied them abruptly. He told the people of Itan that that was part of the challenge that their gods told him he would face when they met in the spirit land. He said his heart was so good that everyone would want him to rule their lands. He said they were only using the Abobaku story to lie to them so they could release him. The people of Itan laughed and said, Why would you lie over an innocent man so you can have him to yourself and enjoy his good heart? He has been sent to us by the gods, and no one on earth would take him from them, except the gods who gave him to them. They said he was a blessing and he was for them. They chased the representatives of Akori out of their lands. At night, the people started hearing screams. It was the Akori people. They had come with a fight to take Abobaku out. But the people of Itan resisted. They took their weapons and faced the warriors of Akori. They fought, and gradually, the people of Akori began to overpower the Itan people. When Abobaku saw that Akori was overpowering Itan, he knew if they finally won the battle, he would be gone with the Akoris and would be dead. He took to his heels. He had run again. Some warriors of Akori saw him running, and they ran after him. They chased him far away, but Abobaku's feet were too fast until he got to the end of the road. There was a deep valley, and in the valley was an ocean. The Akori warriors got close to him. Abobaku could not swim, yet he was contemplating jumping into the water. The Akori people tried to convince him not to die like that. He should go with them so he would die properly. He told them not to come close, or else he would jump. They watched him for a while, and boom, they suddenly ran to grab him. They almost got a grip of him, just an inch away, when he jumped into the ocean. He tried to swim, but no way. He drowned. Then he opened his eyes and found himself in a beautiful world. It was crisp, glass, golden, silver. The place was beautiful. Beautiful trees. At first, he thought he had died and was in heaven. He said to himself, "Finally, I made heaven. Well, it was worth dying for." Then he looked up and saw water instead of sky or something of such. It was then it dawned on him that he was probably in the marine kingdom. He had heard of the marine kingdom, but he had always thought it was only a fictional fantasy. He never believed it existed for real. Then he saw this wonderful, stainless, and elegant creature, a very beautiful lady, spotless. He had never seen a woman that beautiful. His mouth was wide open. He wiped his eyes to be sure of what he was seeing. The lady got closer and said, "Oh, you are awake. My name is Nimi. I saved you when you drowned. You were at the verge of dying when I saved you." She professed love to him. "When I saw you, my heart melted. I have never had this feeling called love before. That was why I saved you." Abobaku was in shock. How can this beauty love me this much? "Wow," he said, "this must be a dream. Somebody wake me up." "Don't worry," Nimi said, "you are safe here, we don't hurt." She gave him food and fruits. Abobaku ate, and the food tasted not like that of the land. It had an amazingly unique and breathtaking taste. It was more than delicious. No words can explain how delicious it tasted. He had never eaten such in his entire life. Nimi took him to the Queen Mother and introduced him to her. She told the Queen Mother that she had finally found love in him. The Queen Mother accepted. She was very happy. She thought Nimi would never love. All the poppy waters in the kingdom had tried their best, shooting their shots at Nimi, but Nimi never fell for anyone. The Queen Mother treated Abobaku with care and love, gave him access to anything in the kingdom. Nimi was her favorite, so whoever made her this happy and in love deserved everything, the Queen Mother thought. The poppy waters were angry. How could a stranger from land come to the water and all of a sudden take Nimi, the most beautiful, mommy water in their kingdom? They all had proposed to Nimi, but she rejected them all. To make matters worse, the lovers, that is, the lovers of the poppy waters, started falling in love with Abobaku. They always wanted to be around him because he was cute and he made them laugh. Abobaku would tell them stories and lies just to make them laugh. The poppy waters got so angry. Not only did this fool take the most beautiful lady who rejected all of us, he also took our own girlfriends from us. He must be eradicated, they said. But their plans wouldn't work because Abobaku was loved by the Queen Mother. She made sure to protect him and take care of him. It got worse when the mommy waters started having issues with themselves because each of them wanted him for herself alone. Abobaku didn't pay much attention to Nimi again. He was all around with different mommy waters. Nimi tried talking to him to give her attention, but Abobaku didn't care. He just wanted to enjoy all the women in the kingdom. His promiscuous nature wouldn't let him be reasonable. Nimi cried several times, hoping he would change, until she got fed up and reported him to the Queen Mother. The Queen Mother got angry. She had also heard that the Poppy Waters were not happy that Abobaku had taken their women from them. She called for Abobaku. Why have you taken the Mommy Waters from their men, and most importantly, why have you made my dear Nimi cry? Abobaku said, I am just a free-spirited man. I never meant to cause harm. It's my nature. People just love me, and I love them all with a clean heart. Then the Queen Mother summoned all the Mommy Waters and said to Abobaku, I will not force you to be with Nimi. I like to be fair. Even though you have hurt her so bad, I will make sure I find another man for her if indeed you don't want her. I will give you the opportunity to choose one of all the ladies here, including Nimi. Choose one. When you do, I don't want to see you with anyone else besides whoever you choose. Abobaku looked around. He was silent, observing each and every one of them, and then he said, I have made my choice. The Queen Mother asked, who have you chosen? He said, I choose all of them. I love them all, and I can handle them all. The Queen Mother, out of anger, opened her palms against Abobaku in an attempt to destroy him with her magical powers. Immediately, without a second thought, Nimi used her body to block the attack. It hit her, and she fell, weak and giving up the ghost. Everyone was shocked. Even the Queen Mother was shocked and scared. Nimi, why would you do such? Why would you save a man who doesn't care about you, not once but twice, even at the expense of your own life? Nimi said, I'm sorry, Mother. I love him so much. Mother, please respect my last wish as I die, do not kill him. Let him go. Take him back to his world. At least I found love before I died. I shall die in peace. And so, she died. The Queen Mother wept. Then, with her powers, she put Abobaku to sleep. Abobaku woke up in the middle of nowhere. It was a desert. No trees, no water, no food. He faced one direction and started walking. He walked and walked and walked for days. He almost ran out of energy, then luckily for him, it rained, and he drank to his fill and regained energy. He kept walking until he got to a forest. He climbed a tree and plucked fruit to eat. As he held the fruit, a sharp bite came at it from above him. It was too fast, he couldn't understand what it was. Then he looked above him, and behold, it was a snake hanging on the tree above him. He was shocked and scared. He couldn't move an inch. He couldn't eat, his eyes were just fixed on the snake.